Vivid is one of the biggest events in Sydney and it attracts people from all over the world. It's been growing year after year and it sometimes gets a bit overwhelming trying to plan your trip to Vivid. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In this Sydney vlog, we're going to show you Sydney Vivid, your ultimate guide to the best spots. Lights on!
Every year there's a different theme for the festival. This year for Vivid 2024, the theme is humanity. Vivid runs during winter every year. In 2024, Vivid runs from the 24th of May through to the 15th of June, so that's 23 days. Vivid began as a light festival, but since its humble beginnings, it's grown to so much more. And these days, one of the main pillars is Vivid Food, and that showcases the best food that's in Sydney and beyond. There are three parts to the Vivid Food this year. There's the Vivid Kitchen Residence, the Vivid Chef Series, and the Fire Kitchen. And all these parts tie back to the theme of Vivid this year, which is humanity, which acknowledges that food brings everyone together from around the world. We'll explore the best of Vivid Food later on in the video, so keep watching.
Circular Quay is in the heart of the action for Vivid, with lots of art installations around and views of the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge. So be sure to come here when you're doing your Vivid trip. In addition to Circular Quay, the main precincts for Vivid are the Rocks, Walsh Bay Arts Precinct, Barangaroo, Darling Harbour, the University of Technology Sydney, the Goods Line and Carriage Works.
What we've noticed in this year's Vivid Festival is that around humanity there's a lot of themes of AI, and so the Galaxy AI exhibition is no exception. So within that you can contribute to the art installation by contributing your voice to it. It's a really popular exhibition, and just be prepared to wait for at least half an hour to get in.
We're going to send a message of hope and humanity out into the universe. So I want you to think of a message of hope, and then we have 16 languages from which to choose. You can speak in one language and then transfer it into another.
Okay, great.
All right.
Fun fact, this video was filmed with the S24 Ultra, so if you want one for yourself, we do have an affiliate link in our video description.
Gumscape with Road and Creatures is an art installation or customs house in Circular Quay. It's made by the iconic Australian artist Reg Mombassa, and it's definitely worth checking out when you're in Circular Quay. Behind me is the VividPlace food trail. It is advertised as a place where you can go get food. We went through there, it was pretty sparse, not much was happening, and we'd recommend going to the main areas around the Rocks and the Circular Quay Harbour Terminal instead. There are plenty more food trucks and much more variety there instead.
This is the Rocks. It's one of the historic precincts in Sydney, and it's also one of the locations for Vivid. So it's got a lot of food trucks here, and there are some light installations as well. Interactive art installations all through Vivid. This one's called Connections. It's about how humanity is connected through all these different threads.
Sydney Harbour Bridge is one of the icons you can't miss in Vivid. Now, if you look at the pylons, And there's an art installation there called The Faces of Change. So this is an art installation about climate refugees in the Torres Strait Islands. Now, also in the pylon is a pop-up restaurant for the extent of Vivid, and you would get unparalleled views across the harbour. Just bear in mind that it is pretty expensive, but I'm sure the views are well worth it. Barangaroo Reserve is the newest nature reserve in the heart of Sydney. So there are a number of installations to come and enjoy. It's just a beautiful walk all the way through to Darling Harbour, and you can see an amazing skyline of Sydney. Now, if you want to see what Barangaroo Reserve looks like during the day, check out our Sydney Things to Do video here.
A popular way to experience Vivid is on a Vivid cruise. Now, I've done one a couple of years ago. It's a great way to see the city from a different angle. The downside is that everyone generally tries to rush to get the good vantage points, so it does get a bit crowded and hard to get a good shot. Darling Harbour is one of the Vivid's precincts. It's a beautiful area, there's some great light installations here, and there's even fireworks.
Vivid's been running for over 14 years, and what started out was a light installation series has blown into this massive festival. There are a number of pillars behind Vivid, so there's the light pillar, there's also Vivid music, Vivid food, and Vivid ideas. So we just saw some of the music just behind us at Tumbalong Park. It was Sneaky Sound System, which is a pretty big Aussie band. It was awesome and quite nostalgic for the both of us. And what was best of all was that it was all free. For the best food experience at Vivid, we recommend coming to the Fire Kitchen. So you can find it at the goods line. It's a big array of food trucks and the atmosphere is fantastic. You can see the meats grilling in front of you, you can get all the smells. In addition to the amazing food on offer, you can also watch cooking demonstrations, as you can see behind me. For dinner tonight, we've gone with Hoi Pinoy. They're a Filipino food truck and they specialise in meat skewers. So we've got the pork skewers, and we've also got one of their drinks, which is the ube calamansi. Oh, that's so refreshing. It's very sweet, but a very light lemony taste. It's more sweet than sour. Very delicious. And the pork, I am so hungry. Looking at all those light installations works up quite an appetite. Yeah, oh, this is the spot.
The smell of this meat is so amazing. It's just wafting towards me. Oh, it's making my mouth water. We got the Nubian cheeseburger roll from Pharaoh barbecue, which is a Sudanese street food truck. So this looks amazing. We got the double cheeseburger and it has a Sudanese dakwa, which is a peanut sauce. It's also got a garlic sauce and a special sauce in there. Now this was $20, which for the food trucks around Vivid Fire Kitchen, that's pretty on the cheap side. The food at Vivid isn't the cheapest that I've seen around, but you generally can get things for $20 to $25, I'd say. This smells absolutely amazing. You can particularly smell the garlic coming off it. Oh yeah.
Messina is one of Sydney's premier ice cream shops, and they've got a pop-up store here at Vivid. Their signature ice cream for Vivid is the Milo High Club. So it's a decadent sundae. I think there's choc fudge in it as well, and it's drizzled with Milo, which is an Aussie favourite. Let's see what this is like. Oh, so you can see a layer of chocolate in there. I think that's a vanilla ice cream. Oh, wow, that's so delicious. So it's got a meringue top. So when I was watching them prepare it, they were burning the meringue. This is just ridiculously decadent and delicious. Make sure you make a beeline for this at the Fire Kitchen.
A New Normal is part of Vivid Ideas, which is one of the streams of Vivid Sydney. So this installation explores the possibilities of a sustainable Sydney.
Most activities at Sydney Vivid are free. However, there are an increasing number of paid exhibits, like Dark Spectrum at Wynyard Station. To get to Vivid Sydney, it is best to take a bus or train into the Sydney CBD. Metro services terminate at Town Hall, so you'll have to change for a train or walk to get to Vivid at Circular Quay. So Jay, what spots did you love for Sydney Vivid 2024?
Oh, well, first of all, you can't go past Circular Quay for just an iconic Vivid experience. Having the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge there, there's just nothing like it.
I was pleasantly surprised by Barangaroo Reserve, so not many people go there. If you miss out on it, you're going to miss some of the best art installations. My favourite one there was the Nest in particular.
Oh yeah, that was fantastic. And for free music events, you can't go past Tumbalong Park. We were really surprised by the lineup there, and it's just a really great atmosphere.
Yeah, and for the best food experience, you've got to come to the goods line in the Fire Kitchen. That's really cool.
So cool. So there's so much to see in Vivid that you really can't do it in one day. So we recommend coming at least 2 at a minimum, but there's so much atmosphere here and all the restaurants are open. So if you did want to come for multiple days, there is so much to see and do.
I would do day 1 as the Circular Quay Barangaroo Reserve experience, and then day 2 I'd go Darling Harbour and the goods line area.
If you're in Sydney over winter, be sure to come to Vivid. It is such a great experience, so much atmosphere, so many things to see and do, and you really will enjoy your time here.
One Vivid event that we didn't show in this video that you have to see is the drone show. It is the absolute highlight of Vivid each year. The drone show is only on 3 days, so that's the 8th, the 9th and the 15th of June. Make sure you don't miss out on it. We hope you enjoyed our ultimate guide to Sydney Vivid. Have you been to Vivid yet? What were your favourite exhibitions? Let us know in the comments.
So we've got plenty more Sydney travel and food videos like this, as well as travel videos from around the world. So if you want to follow us on our adventures, be sure to subscribe.
We are Bucket List Travellers.
See you next time.